First of all, congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I have gone through your DAF, and when is your interview?
Sir, 16th April.
16th February. Okay.
April.
April. Oh, okay, okay. You have a lot of time to go. Okay, okay, okay. Right. Say, this is your first interview, and this is your fourth mains. I hope so.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Say, have you gone for DAF profiling previously?
No, sir.
Not yet. Okay. Are you aware of how the DAF questions will be like?
Yes, sir.
So, where the UPSC may be going for a stand where there is a thing where there will be excerpt about the questions, because throughout the thing they have asked so many questions, and they may try something new with you. Because in my third interview, I was put on the fag end of that, where the interview was so general, but still I managed to get good marks, right? So because, right, say, the situational things which they ask, and if you're able to cope up with that, definitely you can do that. Okay. So where we will prepare traditionally as well as other things which we may anticipate, because since you come in the last end of the interview. What is your optional? Mathematics. Oh, okay. So you
Yes,
expect
sir.
a question not like an ordinary civil service aspect. One thing I want to make it clear is that you are an IITian. So the level and the standard of questions so asked or expected from you is different from an ordinary a humanities students or like any professional degree, because the government treats or the UPSC treats as something a grade above others. Yes, yes, yes. So that means you have an advantage, right, as well as an disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Okay, right. So that you are expected to deliver more. Okay. So let me start with the DAP profiling now. So we'll have our understanding, and then we'll go on, keep on doing. So what the ritual need is. Okay, right? And what about your particular areas of concern before I start?
I have some concerns regarding the that I've mentioned in under sports that participated in National Sports Organization program.
Okay.
It is slightly trivial, but how to prepare for this?
Okay. So to try. Okay. So to frame questions in your hobbies area. Okay. So about the sports particularly.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I have gone through your thing. So your thermal reservoir and about the solar panels you did. Yes, yes. So that gives a lot of scope for the interviewer to go for many things. And definitely you can expect an senior engineer there in the interview board, where they may be technically sound. And are you aware of the current developments in your field?
Sir, technical developments or like the government policies in this regard?
As both.
Sir, I'm slightly aware of.
No. Is there any monthly magazine regarding discipline, that is mechanical engineering?
Sir, I'm not aware about.
Okay, so if there is any, so you should go for it. Okay, because there is an monthly magazine for automobile engineering, aeronautics, and other things. So which are there about latest development, and you just inquire about it.
I will.
Yeah. So to start with, so you are from Haryana.
Yes.
Okay. Say Haryana, Punjab. Say both are neighbors, of course, but still, right? I can see a difference in the culture as well as the pattern of politics in Haryana and Punjab. What do you have to say about it?
Sir, Haryana being part of PEPSU states was separated from Punjab. So the separation happened in a manner that the Haryana as a unit showed a distinctive culture, and hence it is a distinctive culture. Moreover, the over past 4 or 5 decades, Haryana has a different economic aspect when compared with Punjab, because of the touch with the national capital territory, Delhi.
Okay.
But as we go northward in Haryana, in the districts of, they are slightly have a similar culture with that.
Okay. Since you say that Haryana has a overlapping culture with Punjab as well as, right? So it is as a conurbium with Delhi, right? And it's having an unique its own. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I can hear.
Yes. So you say that Haryana is placed between Delhi and Punjab, so that we share a conurbium with Delhi, right? So the urban area of Delhi, and we have a cultural overlapping with Punjab. Okay, right? But still, right?
Yes,
so, why Haryana?
Haryana. Pardon your question, sir.
The question is that, right? So, despite having a strong Punjabi leaning as well as a Delhi leaning, still the Haryanis, so they want to have an identity on their own. So, what is so special about Haryana?
Sir, the demography is specific to Haryana. The dressing sense is specific to Haryana. The eating habits are also specific to, and in this sense, Haryana shows a distinctive character when compared with the Punjab and other neighbors like Delhi.
Okay. So can we take it in the sense that Hindi versus Punjabi?
Sir, as I mentioned, as we go north in the northward districts of Punjabi and Hindi are found to coexist together, and there is no Hindi versus Punjabi, but I see it as Hindi and Punjabi together.
Okay, good. Right. So actually, one of my friend who is Sudan, who is from Haryana, times. So you have been Haryana versus Punjab, and a lot of questions about the identity of the Punjabi versus the Haryana, right? So that it is one area you have to prepare. Okay, but you should be saying that both are not conflictory, but they are complementary. Okay, then about coming to the status of right. Does Haryana needs a separate capital?
In a required fashion. So, and today there is no conflict due to non-presence of a separate capital. So the status quo which is maintained today can be continued because it shows a peaceful situation with the sharing of capital.
Okay. So you say that it is the present arrangement is fine.
Yes, sir. The Honorable Supreme Court has delivered a judgment to pass to share the Satluj with the Haryana. However, there has been some concerns on part of the neighbor, which should be amicably resolved when both the parties sit together along with the union government as a chair to have a multidisciplinary aspect taking into mind and coming into a common sharing pattern.
Okay. Is there any constitutional provisions to deal with this problem?
The Constitution also provides for river board in case of a dispute between river sharing mechanism.
Okay. So you talk about Article 262, right?
Yes, sir.
So, despite there is a mechanism and interstate council to solve the problem, still the problem exists not only between Haryana and Punjab, but most of the Indian states, right? So,
Yes.
as an engineer, what was the engineering solution you can give for that problem?
Sir, the first and foremost thing which should come in mind is the judicious use of the water. India is a predominantly agricultural economy, is using water more than the recharge rates. So there should be a slight restraint and use of modern technologies like drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation to conserve the water. There should be rainwater harvesting mechanisms in the field to conserve the rainwater, which leads to high river runoff. Moreover, there can be judicious use of millets, which are requires less water when compared with the water guzzling crops like rice and sugarcane. And in this fashion, we can reduce the water usage.
Okay. You were talking about proper water management and better agricultural practices. Can we say
Yes,
so?
yes,
Okay.
definitely, sir.
And as you said, Punjab is predominantly agrarian, and so is Haryana to some extent.
Yes.
But still, right? So Haryana has, right? So in more urbanized than Punjab, in my view, right? What is the reason behind that?
Sir, Haryana has the highest per capita income. In the reasons for high urbanizations are one, the Delhi is surrounded by Haryana, which has led to high urban development in the districts of Gurugram and Sonipat. These are the highly urbanized districts of Haryana. Moreover, there has been setup of industries like Maruti in Gurugram, and there is an earth mover headquarter also in JBM headquarter in Haryana also. These factors have led to slightly urbanized nature of Haryana when compared with Punjab.
Now, say, being a smaller state compared to area, right? So with the neighboring, as well as you said, Haryana is having high per capita income, but still, right? So Haryana cannot top the list like Maharashtra. So why is that?
Haryana has a smaller area when compared with Maharashtra, which means that there are less number of resources available at the disposal with Haryana when compared with Maharashtra. The Maharashtra is situated on the Deccan Plateau, which is rich in mineral reserves, which supports the manufacturing growth, while the Haryana sits on alluvial plains, which supports the agricultural growth, and agriculture sector is less valuable when compared with the manufacturing sector on a unit investment basis, and hence is contributing less to GDP when compared with Maharashtra.
Okay, good. But still, one thing about Haryana is that, right, the concern about the declining sex ratio. So, do you have anything to say about that?
Yes, sir. From the scheme has led to an improvement in sex ratio from 2014 onwards. However, we are seeing a decline in last 2 years. The sex ratio, the presence of some rift elements like uh, carbs, which leads to lower sex ratio when compared with the national average.
Okay. Can we
Sir, we need to have a two-fork approach for this. One is reformatory, another is punitive. The first step should be a reformatory step where a personal touch by the other government machinery has to be maintained with the parents who are in the childbearing age. We can take an example of Piplantri village where community efforts have led to rise in sex ratio considerably, and there the reformatory measures do not try to bring a reform in the mindset of a particular.
Okay, right. So far, I've interacted with you. So you can justify your answers regarding Haryana. Okay. So I think you're prepared for your state profile. I think so.
Sir, I haven't done much preparation about as of now.
But
I have
still
only
you can
video
manage.
lectures.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yes, yes.
So you can manage, right? So just I mean, how good you are in presenting your ideas, right? So whether you can react spontaneously, that's what I am watching. Okay, right? So now let me extend this thing to your extracurricular activities. So you talk about the developing a thermal reservoir for soldiers at Siachen. Okay, right? So I have an knowledge about that. Assume me as a common man. Okay, right? Now I put a question, right? What is the difference between this thermal reservoir and a heat engine?
Sir, pardon, heat engine as if heat exchanger?
The difference between heat engine and a thermal reservoir. What is the conceptual difference I'm asking? Just imagine as me a common man. Just explain to me.
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware about the term heat engine.
Okay. So nothing but a heat engine is one which converts the heat energy, right? Some sort of work, motors, electrical energy, or other things. So it's a thermal engine. Okay. We call it heat engine, colloquially. Heat into which converts heat into work, energy. Okay, right? So even an iron box is a heat energy. Okay. How it's different from thermal reservoir?
Still, the thermal reservoir term coined by me and my professor have an input as the solar energy, and this solar energy is converted to purely mechanical energy. The means of conversion is also purely mechanical, thereby meaning that it converts through moving parts and not any electronic systems. The end product is a movement which we receive from a stationary source like a sun. This is a thermal reservoir.
Okay. So how it actually?
Sir, the soldiers at sea live in adverse weather. They also do not have electricity at some places for their. Moreover, they cannot carry a large scale generator or a battery source, which are too heavy in from one camp. To solve these three problems, the thermal reservoir was developed. It is a portable mechanism. It does not require the need of some connect with the mainlet. Moreover, it's a cheaper alternative as well.
Is it patent?
No, sir. It's though the idea is novel, but the patent application is yet to be filed.
Okay, right, good. So now, are you aware of the solar energy policy of India?
Yes, sir. I'm aware about.
Okay, right. So this how far it can meet the energy needs of India?
Sir, I see solar energy as the future of energy profile in the world, not only in India. The areas lying in the sun is an infinite, almost source of energy for us, a linear source of energy for us, well distributed source of energy for us, and hence it can solve the rise in demand of energy of aspiring country like in India.
Okay. So what is the estimated energy potential we can derive from solar energy?
Sir, I'm not exact numbers, but if you allow to make an attempt.
Yeah, sure.
Sir, I've read that 1 year of solar energy is enough to supply. If we harness it fully, 1 year of solar energy is enough to supply more than a million years of Earth's need.
So I come across a thing. It can power 5 trillion kilowatts. That was the biggest potential of solar energy can give anyone. Okay. Whereas we have an energy policy by 2035. So India has to switch over at least 1/4 of its energy needs to alternative energy. Okay. So you talk about solar energy. What are the other alternative energies that can power India's energy needs?
Sir, the second most important alternative energy source, in my opinion, is wind energy. India having a larger coastline of 700 500 kilometers. The more important alternative source can be the hydro energy. India being having blessed with multiple perennial rivers. The fourth system in the energy profile can be the nuclear energy, and the fifth one can be at places. India being an agrarian economy, we can have biomass, the natural gas derived from the biomass decomposition. The last can be the geothermal sources found in the pockets of regions.
Yeah. So you heard about the tidal energy?
Yes, sir. I've heard about tidal energy. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, but despite the presence of so many alternatives, you have numbered around 7 alternatives, but still, right? So, needs are met from conventional energy, particularly coal and burning the fossil fuels, crude oil and the gas, right? So, why? What is the constraint here?
Sir, the most important factor is regarding the cost of development of energy from the conventional sources when compared with the non-conventional sources done on the development of mechanisms to harness the non-conventional sources of energy.
So, have you heard about the reactor of India?
Sir, I'm not aware about the
Oh,
reactor.
okay. Nothing but we are attempting a fusion reaction here. So where we are trying to create what the sun is doing, right? So to as a potential source of energy, it's an ambitious project of India. Okay, right? So since you talk about this energy, so you have to prepare on this area also, right? So kindly prepare in this area, the alternative energy, the complete scenario, right? Now you participated in chess tournament. Why Indians shine in chess and particularly South Indians? Any reason?
Sir, can I take a while to
Okay, yeah,
analyze
yes,
the?
yes.
Sir, I am unable to give reasons for this cause.
The next sitting, I'll ask the question. So prepare. Let me see what is your analysis.
Pardon, sir.
Okay. The question is right. So Indians are good in chess, and particularly South Indians are chess. Why? That's the question. You seek answer. We'll discuss in the next sitting.
Okay, sir. I will check for the answers.
Okay, right. And then again, it was also said that India is the land of mathematics, right? And you are opted for mathematics, right? Why Indians are so good in mathematics?
Sir, the reason can be, in my opinion, can be attributed to the presence of resources. The India was a golden bird. So to manage the resources, the calculation is to be required. India being a welfare state since the ancient and medieval ages, the welfare of people requires a system of collection as well as a system of distribution. This requires calculation. And hence the mathematics is prevalent in India. Moreover, the genesis of mathematics, in a sense, also happened in India by the Aryabhat, where he wrote his treatise regarding the geometry, regarding the trigonometric equations, regarding the zero as a concept.
Okay. So, prepare in this area. Connect a link between astronomy and mathematics. The
Okay.
thing is, the planetary calculations made Indians so good in the mathematics. And you can, of course, observatory there. So, all these things. So, you just prepare with mathematics since you have been mathematical optional, right? Say, your project is all about the energy as well as chess. So, that it gives me an image that you are a person who want to conserve things and win, right? So, or manage the situations. So your personality trait, which I can decipher from here, is that right. So where you want to conserve energy, so create something. You want a creator, as well as you want a win. Okay, right? And here one hobby says that container gardening, where the first two things say that you want to win, right? You want to create, you want to unleash, you want to expand. But here, right? So that gives a small understanding to me that you want to contain something within a container, a box. Okay, container gardening. What is it all about?
Sir, in the limited urban spaces, the container gardening and not in the form of planting in the ground. This is an adaptation to the urbanization. Those who have a passion for gardening. So, limiting things, the container are available for multiple sizes, ranging from 4 inches to upwards of 26 inches. The as tall as 15 feet is suit if maintained properly can be this container, and hence I do not see a limitation in a container gardening as
So it's a potential, right? So you're not limiting
yes.
it again, if you're expanding it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here, since it's from sports and other things, so you have a lot of questions to be asked. So I'll prepare the DAF fully, right? So this is the first session. Just I want to interact with you. So how you interact. So one thing is, right? So you don't hesitate, of course. your flow is good, right? The one thing you have to take care of is that you are seeking my approval. Okay, so speak with confidence. Say as if your answer is right, if it is right. Again, if you are 100% sure that your answer is right, present it more with some more confidence. So that will be good. Apart from that, you are a service material, of course, I can see, right? So with some here minor thinker here and there, we can do this, right? So yet to go for the social issues, rational issues, we'll arrange it in the next sitting. And we'll go for mock later since the April 14th is 16th is your interview. You have a lot of time to go. So we'll go for another 5 or 6 sittings and then a mock interview. Okay.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Okay. Apart from that, is there anything you needed from our side to support?
Sir, I just want this one-on-one sessions only.
Oh,
I've received a feedback wherever I've given a one-on-one session that my very fluent. I do not keep a fluent speech because I want to give a formal answer. The choice of words I'm calculating, the use of adjectives has to be judicious.
Yes, yes. So just putting the apt words here and presenting in a confident way. So that's what the thing is. It's all of the interviews, right? So in my experience of 3 interviews that have gone, right? So I consistently improved from 150 to 170, but alas, my vacancies came down. I belong to the era where the vacancies were 256 or 300, right? But again, so many people have made it at that time. So where I learned from that, where the personality test is all about, right? So presenting yourself. You should prove that, right? Was the most apt person for this job profile. Okay, right? Nobody else can do better than me if you're given an opportunity. So therefore, right? You should say that give this opportunity, I can do it better. So that's the way I have to present our personality, right? And you know that
Yes, sir.
personality is all about development and mentoring, right? And basically, you have a good personality, right? So it needs some minor transformations, reform. That's it, right? The answer, right? So refining the choice of answers, that is it, right? We can do that, right?
Concern regarding suppose you think the central agencies are being too much centralized, like CBI. So my point is, I want to say no, they are not being centralized. They are being independent only. But I have some convincing facts which shows that they are being centralized. One is that Election Commission of India had a collegium only after the Supreme Court intervened. The CBI is already being termed as a cage parrot by the Honorable Court. The Finance Commission states has absolutely no role in the appointment of members of the Finance Commission. And on this basis, I can say that the institutions are centralized in nature. So should I be critical?
No. Say, present in a nice way. So, in a federalism where from the age of cooperative federalism to competitive federalism, right? The institutions also has to gear up to meet the needs. So these are outdated, right? So this still their traditional mode of functioning, right? So they have to come up to the present mode of functioning, where decentralization is the watchword. You say that, right? And moreover, the CBI, ED, whatever it is, they are not constitutional bodies. They are simply established by means of a Delhi Police Act. Therefore, here we say that, right? So they are not a constitutional body. Therefore, they should be given only corresponding powers. You present like that. So don't say that they are wrong, right? Say that they need to be right. Present in a positive.
So what about Election Commission of India and Finance Commission? If I say that there are more centralized than being federal,
we can say that yes. So because Article 1 says that India, that is Bharat, shall be union of states. Nowhere it is being said that, right? So we need to be federal. As the Supreme Court judgment, India is basically federal. It is not purely federal. It is basically federal with unitary futures. Okay, so that means our constitutional makers have purposely wanted the center to have more power.
Yes.
And the reason at that time is yes, very convincing because so the partition of India.
Yes.
So and then the Chinese, right? So the other thing. So therefore here to maintain a strong India, so therefore we need this. And even the threats has not till Pakistan is hostile. China is our competitor, and the role of non-state actors. That was the situation in Afghanistan. That demands a strong center. Therefore, center should have more power. Even America is doing that, right? So where the fiscal federalism, the American center is having more powers than the state. So therefore, here, yes, the fiscal federalism should be in such a way that the center should be in a strong position. But you can quote Sarkaria Commission say that, but that should not make the peripheries weak at the periphery, so that it will create a blood pressure at the center. Yes, you can quote that because it's an official commission. Just to be answered with something like that. That will be fine.
Yes, sir.
There are other things like resolution, West Bengal memorandum, which says India to be a purely federal nation. But there are all the commission set up by the state. They are not by the center. The Sarkaria Commission and Punchi Commission. They are set up by the central government. We can quote that. Yes.
And sir, one more area is regarding live-ins and same-sex. marriage.
Mm.
The center has put its stand in the Supreme Court, but my stand is different from the center stand. I support it on two reasons: that the children born are not illegitimate; they are legitimate children, and hence we can carry forward with this practice. Second reason is being that there are apprehensions of separation, and separation even happens in a traditional form of marriage. Moreover, separation happens in developed countries like US, and this should not come in other means of having a life choice. So, is this
Okay.
my stand justified?
Yes. So you can justify by logical and legal. You see, there is a thing Hindu Marriage Act, Special Marriage Act, where still in India, the act of marriage is considered as a sacrament, where it's a divine act. Okay, right? So if there are marriage laws, there are also divorce. So that means that marriage is a social contract. It's not a divine contract. Yes, right? Then about the children, here it is about the culture of India and about the legal system it is there, where it's about the property rights. Why we ask for a uniform civil code? Where uniform civil code is about marriage, property, and contract. So where in the Muslim community, right? So a problem comes not only in marriage but also in sharing the property. Where if there are four wives and there are many children, right? So again, the Muslim personal law says that, right? So the first wife and the children have more weightage than others, not for the second. And as the thing progresses, right? So the fourth wife has less privilege than the first wife. So to avoid such confusion, we are going for uniform civil code. So now in such a situation, it's about the future of the child we are concerned about. Legal protection has to be done. Even children born out of this, legitimate, even children born out of pre-wedlock or non-wedlock should also be recognized children of the parents, right? And again, right, so they have conjugal rights and other rights we should be aware of. The court or the judiciary should come with some suggestions which can be done. You say like that, okay?
So it means
Even for the Triple Talaq Act, so it's the judiciary which initiated. Okay, you talk about.
so two things. One is the legal rights arising out of marriage, and second is marriage in itself. So
Yes,
no one can stop marriage in itself.
yes,
People
yes,
are demand is recognition of the legal rights arising out of marriage. It should be given, in my opinion.
yes, yes. Where you are given right to privacy.
Yes.
Okay, right. It also means the right to own my body, the right to express who I am. So all these things are there. That's why, yes, that is why the Supreme Court has nullified 377 same sex as well as adultery 498. So adultery is no more a punishable crime. But again, you have to be aware there is a provision in the new BNS, Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita, section 84, which brings this 498 into a backdoor entry. So you prepare in the yes, your stand is justifiable. It is legally and rationally correct.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, right. Okay, Kanish, right? So we'll see in the next sitting, right? I'll inform our admin to contact you, and you inform what are the other requirements you need. Okay, right? He'll get back
Okay,
to you.
sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
All the
you.
best. Done a nice time.
And sir, can you tell the weaknesses you found out during this session?
You need a little more confidence in answering, right? You are good in answering, but present in a confident way, as if your answer is right. So what I'm saying is
Okay.
right. Believe in that, and don't seek the approval of the examiner. Okay? Looking at the examiner means, am I? You are asking for my waiting answer. That am I right? Right? So no. Just look into their eyes, and you feel that I am confident. So give a confident posture. That is enough, and you have to prepare some other areas. So we'll prepare
Yes. Yes.
from the DAF, right? So as much as some 100 questions. Again, while preparing, you have a separate note on your own. Write the questions. You answer the question. From the answer, again, you ask a sub question, right? Till you are exhausted that there is no more questions can be asked from this area. Prepare on your own. Okay, right? So that will be the best way.
Yes.
And that will also give you a best answer. Just prepare an answer, and then again think over it. Is there any other alternative, better perspective which I can then refine it, reduce the words, right? Present in a nutshell. You can practice. So
Yes.
we used to say contemplate more. Speak to yourself rather than speaking to others. Speak to yourself, right? Ask questions, seek answers, right? Write it down, and finally just refine. This is the answer I'm going to give. Like say I have a ready-made answer. So this person has a solution for everything. They should say that I should never miss him. Okay. So I will arrange a sitting with him last. Okay. Right? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.